Hello YouTube, Shani here, and welcome to my first bullet journal plan with me for the month of March. I was introduced to the bullet journal system after watching one of Amanda Ranchlee's video on her November plan with me. I was totally intrigued. I was like, wow, this looks so cool, her setup is so pretty, and this is such a unique way of planning. But at the same time, I was like, this is a waste of time. Someone else might have the time and energy for it, but I totally don't. But even thinking that, I was like, oh, but I still really want to try it. So I did in January of 2018. I did my whole yearly setup and all the future logs and things like that pretty minimalistically, as well as the first 2 months of my bullet journal. I literally just did everything in my own handwriting because I have no idea how to do calligraphy, and all I did was boxes, and a little bit later I sort of upgraded it to boxes with rounded corners, but that's all I did. And those 2 months are the most productive and organized months of my life. So after 2 months of minimalistic planning and setups, I thought, oh, I'm more familiar with the Bojo system now, so I can try to incorporate more artsy and doodles into my bullet journal since I am an artist. And it would be a great chance to draw more things that are not human figures. Most of my artwork are centered around humans and just people in general, and I don't even do backgrounds as much as I would like to, that is one of my resolutions of the year. So I thought incorporating some sort of theme and doodles into my bullet journal gives me a chance to practice things that are not human. And as a starter, I thought I would start with botanical flowers, trees, and things like that, because those things are very useful as an element to incorporate into artworks. To make things easier, I decided to base my entire 2018 setups on birth flowers. So the birth flower of March is Daffodils, and I centered it around this yellow flower. The only problem is I did not incorporate this theme for January and February, so I'm thinking what should I do about it, because I feel bad leaving them out. I might go back one day just to decorate the cover page, but because all I did for the cover page was write out the names of the month. So I have a lot of blank space to add things. I did a little bit of research on daffodils, and apparently they're the first flower to bloom, one of the first flower to bloom in the spring, which technically should start in March, but now looking out my window and look at those layer of thick snow, I doubt that it will be like spring in March. There are many meanings behind this type of flower that humans give them, but I think the major ones that I like after reading articles on it are renewal, domestic happiness, and inner reflection. March just might be the month to perfect yourself and work on your relationship with your family. To go with the flowers, although there's a lot of different type of daffodils, but the ones that pops out more prominently when you do a Google search are the yellow type. So I based my entire March setup using the theme colors of yellow and green and teal. After the welcome page and the cover page, of course we would have our monthly log. This month I'm trying the traditional Bojo system, which is a vertical listing of dates and a task list. I used calendar, just the traditional calendar before, and I really wanted to try the Bojo style, so let's see if it works out. On the right side, I made 3 boxes for goals, wish list, and memory. I have always had monthly goals on my setup, but having this big of a box is a first, and I don't think I have enough goals to fill it, but let's just see how it works out. I might have smaller goals to put in there. Actually, having smaller goals sounds pretty nice because they're easier to fulfill. And having smaller goals for your yearly resolution might be a nice idea too. For the wish list, even though I call it a wish list, it's more like a list of things that I need to buy / want to buy. Like I need to buy my dry shampoo, I just put dry shampoo on the list to remind myself. This is the first time trying out the memory page. Normally it would be a full page as I see from other people's setup, but I don't think I have enough things to fill in there, and I'm really unsure if I have great moments this month to put in there, so I did a little section and see how it works out. As you might notice, for the decoration I did a lot of different type of daffodil, not just a realistic looking flower type, to make more diversity so not everything just looked the same. Coming next is my YouTube upload schedule / video ideas and checklist. I'm not a big YouTuber or anything. In fact, I just started out and it is my 2018 resolution to upload weekly. So far in February, I would say I've done that pretty well, and I can properly announce that I do upload videos weekly now. It's just that I haven't had a set date yet. With this setup, I hope I can work out a date and preferable time that I would like to upload and keep it consistent. To fill out the empty space, I did these little doodles and I really like them. I think they turned out pretty nicely. Beside my YouTube upload schedule page, I have my money tracker to track my income and expenses. As you can see, as soon as I wrote the title in calligraphy, I messed up. I actually messed up a lot of things, and there's many things that I wish I can just rip out, but I decided to leave it. But this one bothered me so much that I just have to cut out a piece of printer paper and put it on top. With this page, I wanted to start saving money and to get rid of unnecessary expenses and having a want/need list just to inform myself to think before I actually purchase something. Then we have the habit tracker and mood tracker spread. I don't exactly like to turn my notebook sideways to do what people normally do for their habit tracker, so I just wrote them across the page. My habit tracker last time worked horribly. I think the things I wanted to track just wasn't worded very well. For example, I wrote YouTube on my tracking list, and I don't upload every single day, so that was kind of stupid. I wanted my habit tracker to have tasks that I want to do every single day. Of course, it is unrealistic to do all of these every single day, but I do want to do most of it and try my best to do most of it. On the side of the page, you can see I'm setting up a productivity section graph thing. I wanted to set up a point section for things that I've done. For daily tasks, on the habit tracker, I want to assign them like half a point each. And also have project tracker and project bounty later, where I have like big, long projects that need a lot of steps, in which I break them down to step and assign 1 point each, and I count the amount and point I get each day and plot them on the graph. I also really wanted to set up a reward system for the amount of points I'm getting each day, but I have not think thoroughly of this, so maybe at the end of the month I can get a very perfected plan for this and a system that I can continue for the years to come. So yeah, after this page I have the bounty for my project that I spoke of. I wanted a page to have all the projects I want to do this month and break them down into steps. I drew like wind pinwheels at the end, on the edge, on the corner of the page, and I really regretted it. It took a lot of space, and when I wanted to fill this page with the tasks and projects I wanted to do, it just ran out of space. So next time I would just leave the entire page blank. On the right side, I have a book reading page tracker thing that a lot of book reading YouTubers have, and I do want to read more books because I feel like I'm really lacking on that department, and I made it a resolution this year to read more books, but since that goal is very vague, I wanted to make it more specific and actually track my progress and my effort on trying to accomplish that goal. The last step, of course, is my weekly log for the first week. I like to have things in a weekly view, so I took the remaining days of February and jam-packed it into the first weekly log of March. On the left side is my weekly layout, a list of appointments and important due dates, and things I set for myself that I have to do a certain day, but daily task list doesn't work for me. A lot of times I don't accomplish half of it. I think because I list down way too much. So I like to have a weekly task, like things I need to get done this week, but have no specific day, and to decide on the day whether I want to do these tasks or not. And I also have a project tracker for weekly logs. I have one for every single week, and it is to mark down how much steps I accomplished that week of search project. In the corner of page, I drew a bowl of tangyuan because it is a Chinese Lantern Festival in the beginning of March. I would like to have little doodles on every single weekly log that has something to do with something that's going to happen that week. I think it's pretty cute and it fills up the empty space. It concludes my March setups of my bullet journal. I hope you really enjoy it. If you do, please like, comment, and maybe subscribe. I'm planning to do these type of video every single month from now. Thank you very much, and I will see you in the next one.